and we'll go from there. Guys like that, my thinking cat? Vivi, that made me feel like it was your dog and your cat.
Yeah, they were
Because,
friends.
yeah, because you're, if anybody could train their, oh, I forgot I had to do this. Okay. If anybody could train their animals to do that, you could. Okay, guys, I have I forgot I had to do this for you guys, but you guys did the Knocking Down the Myths survey last week, and here's what happened. Jen thought that she gave the correct link, and instead it was a survey that I forgot to make a copy of the original survey. So all of your survey answers went to someone, I think it was Heidi's old um, copy of that survey. So I was unable to check all of your answers because there were just so many on there. So here's what I did. I got to pull it up really quick, which I'm doing right now. Algebra, knocking, there you go. So what I did is I gave all of you guys credit for this survey because there was no way to like delete your answers or something and then have you just redo it this week. But I do want to see your results for that survey just because you're going to compare them at the end of the year. So I think it's kind of important for me to see that. So what I'm going to have you guys do, and I sincerely apologize because I know that this survey is a little bit longer, but I'm going to have you guys do the survey right now. And I put the link in chat. This is the correct Google form, and it will go just to an algebra survey. You don't have to resubmit it in Moodle, but yeah, I would love it if you guys could take care of that for me now. And then if you didn't do it last week, this counts as you doing the survey. So all you have to do is go in through Moodle and just type in done, and then you'll get credit for that assignment. Does that make sense, guys? Because these answers are like about your opinions about math, and I really want to know that. So I need to see those. See? So you guys do stuff, it's relevant. I do look at it, and I want to take some statistics and go from there. So I just need you guys to click in chat and complete this survey for me really quickly. I mean, you don't have to move quickly, but you know, you can kind of see I had, oh, excuse me. I had the other section of 8th grade do it. Okay, does that make sense? Any questions? If you have any, go ahead and type it in chat. But I appreciate you guys very much so. Thank you, thank you. As a thank you, I will speedily get through the integer stuff today so that you guys get out right on time / a little bit early. I'll do my best. And while you guys do that, I'll be a creepy teacher and spy on you guys in the cameras. Haha. I'm just kidding. Not really about being creepy though. I do enjoy being creepy. You guys, with your cameras off, just to warn you, I am going to just start being aware of that, and you will not be able to get full credit for the live sessions if you don't have that camera on. Just to warn you. It's not like you're gonna get like F's, no way, but you know, we're a class. I check your faces just to make sure you're following along. I actually had it today where I had someone at the end of advisory who I think they turned their camera off and walked away. So that happens. I've done it. Gavin either looks like he's zoning or he's talking to someone. Just being weird. You're fine. Thank you, Vivi. I appreciate you. Thanks for doing that, guys. It is actually legitimately interesting. See, because you get little pie charts. This is the other class. Kind of tells you how you did, tells you how much you agree, disagree, and we're getting some really good responses. There's a lot of opinions about math. You either don't care or you agree. That's interesting. This is the other class, actually. Quick to understand, disagree is Fred, yeah. Interesting. Yeah, I'm really glad that I'm having you guys do this. Oh, your second monitor, Gavin. That's awesome. Nice job. Cool. I'm just following along with names of people who are done just to make sure that everybody's getting it done here. Thank you. Thank you, Dylan. Thank you, thank you. Are you guys making some good connections on Discord? Chit-chatting? Cool. Is that like a chat, like you type? Or is it like a voice chat?
Both.
It can be both.
Oh, yeah. Cool. That's super cool.
There are different, there's like a voice general in the Discord and there's a chat general, so.
That's cool. Super cool. When you're done, just hang out because we'll get started on the class stuff in just a minute. And just to throw it out there, I know you've probably heard this from other teachers and stuff. Important to make sure we're not doing Discord while we're in class. You know, just cause we have to know what we're doing. Thank you guys. I can see you guys are finishing up. It's very good. So we're doing the survey. As long as you are done, you can go ahead and pull out a notebook, something to write on. Oh my gosh. Did it hurt? Does ranching your eye hurt? I feel like it would hurt. Oh, I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. Ranch is really good though. Fun thing, I learned my husband, or not my husband, my son and myself are like completely lactose intolerant. So, so last night I was hunting at the grocery store for not dairy everything, including ranch. Look at that. Dairy is in so many things. If you guys ever try vegan cheese, I know which ones are good and not gross. It's good stuff. Interesting, Vivi. I've never really tried that. I've tried the lactose-free ice cream, which I did not like, and it didn't help me.
What? Lactose-free ice cream is so good. I have a place by my house that has like or not by my house, by my old school that has really, really good lactose-free ice cream. And it's delicious.
Oh, see, I tried the gross like Walmart brand lactose-free stuff, so I bet you that's why it was gross.
Yeah, the one that I get is really good.
Okay, I'll have to branch out because
Oat milk ice cream is so good.
I love oat milk.
Yeah, it's so good.
okay, you guys are giving me good suggestions because I love ice cream. Love, love, love. Oat milk, you said, or goat milk?
Oat milk.
Oat milk. I guess
Goat
goat
milk.
milk would still be dairy, so.
Oh yeah,
Mhm.
that is true. Yeah, good point. Good point. Interesting. You guys are giving me good suggestions. I'm gonna have to run to the store. I was hunting everywhere for a dairy-free pizza, and I found it. It's this weird brand, but my husband was teasing me. He's like, "It's gonna be gross." I'm like, thanks, husband. Shake my fist. All right, I think we're pretty good with responses. We got a good variety out there. I didn't try it yet. Ooh, thank you, Vivi. I'm opening the link. Oh, alrighty.
I love this brand of oat milk. It's really good. That's what I have in my fridge. Because
Thank
I'm
you.
lactose intolerant, so.
Yep, same. I just found that out.
Or it's like it only affects my skin. Like my skin will break out really bad if I have like milk and stuff.
Really?
Yeah. So it doesn't actually affect like my stomach, but it like affects my skin really bad.
See, it affects my yeah, right? You would not think that. Right. Well, I mean, you don't even sit and think about like you think about pure dairy products, but there is dairy in everything.
Yeah.
Like popcorn, buttered popcorn.
While I was contemplating going vegan, that's why I'd like learned about all the really good ice cream things and stuff that I would have liked.
Avoiding dairy, there's a lot of good stuff out there. What were you gonna say, Dylan?
My little sister, she used to be like super, super allergic to dairy, but then she just like grew out of it. Now she's fine.
Yeah, that happens. I'm
But
actually
it's funny because she still likes to drink the soy milk and everything.
that I heard I
Mhm.
bought Silk last night.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I
Yeah.
heard it's pretty good. My
Mhm.
husband or my son did not like the lactose-free milk, so we're gonna try
Mhm.
the soy milk. So yeah, interesting.
Almond milk isn't very good on its own. I like oat milk because it's like thicker consistency and it tastes more like milk. Because I love milk, but I couldn't drink it anymore.
It's sweeter in general because it's
Yeah.
oats.
It's really good. I like it.
Great suggestions, guys. Thank you. I will respect your suggestions and give that a try because I'm going crazy here. My son is so mad. He was actually in the store going, "Screw you, lactose." That's what he was doing. And I'm like, my son has autism, so he has like no filter. So he's doing this loud in the store. And I'm like, "Logan, it's fine. It's okay. We're going to survive. It's really not a big deal." But oh, that sounds really good. Oh, you guys are giving me great suggestions. Thank you. I have that tab open. I am going to go find some later. I'm going to. You guys are the best. Thank you. All right. So, other thing, I did have a bunch of friends who joined our class. Welcome. And for those of you guys who are new, I want to make sure everybody can get into Math Excel and I'm not missing any people. So, is there anybody who has yet to get into Math Excel? Anybody who can't get in yet? I, of course, will be going through this, but it's always easier to ask and write down a name, you know.
Didn't we do this last week?
We did, yeah. I had some new enrollments who came in. So that is why I check a few options. But you're right, yeah. I'm not going to go through all of it. And you don't, it says write it down, but you guys have already been in, so you don't need to write that down. Okay, cool. So nobody is responding. So if you, oh, there's Taylor. Hi, Taylor. If you are new and you have trouble getting in and you just don't feel like saying it right now, no problem. Hi, Taylor. Oh, you were already in. Did you get booted? That happens. No problem. Thanks for coming right back in. Yeah. Cool. Okay, so if you're having trouble getting in, just let me know. And then everybody got my crazy emails about getting into that quiz, right? The integers pretest. So yeah, if you're having trouble getting in, just shoot me an email and I can let you guys know. This is from Monday that says I'll do it after live session, but you guys are already in there. So let me know. All right, this is mainly for Monday because they didn't have class last week, but I just have the live session expectations on there. This is how I will be giving you guys your points for live sessions. So just keep that in mind. Keep chat focused, cameras on. Please be careful with what you chat. Participate and don't write on the slide when I'm instructing. That's all. Easy peasy, pretty common sense. Like, you know, it's more like because you get points automatically in Moodle for Zoom. And it's more like I keep track on a spreadsheet and I'll probably go in on Friday. And if I have someone who was like non-existent, I'll adjust points. So just because I want you to be existing. I don't do it daily though. Ain't nobody got time for that, right? Nope. No way. No way, friends. Okay.
You mean focused on math or focused on the topic that we're talking about?
Topic that we're talking about.
Okay.
Very valid question. Yeah, if we are legitimately not talking about math, you guys are, of course, you know, I don't expect you to be like, Miss Jen. I'm used to saying Mrs. You guys don't call me Mrs. Dega, but I'm not saying you guys are like, Jen, you know, get back on. No. Because it's fun to get off topic and chit chat sometimes. It is. But I'll try and avoid it. Promise. Okay. So this is what is due this week. A lot of you guys are done with that. How do people feel about math? And then the integers pretest. And then you have 2 assignments in Math Excel. If you're wondering about grades and stuff, just because it was easier last night and I got back from the store late and all that good stuff, but I graded all the Math Excel assignments that I had in. So I'm going to put in the integers pretest stuff. And you get credit just for doing the pretest. So I'm curious about your score because it's important to improve. And we'll do another integers test later on, but yeah. Any questions so far? This is what is due this week. Okay. All right. Let's talk integers, friends. Let's do it. So what is it? It's an integer. It's pretty fun asking this question in 7th grade because they kind of know, but it's like crickets, silence. But yes, Araya, I love that. Yes. So Araya, and I said your name right, correct? Yep, you guys are saying good. Just checking. You guys are saying good things. It is definitely a whole number. Also definitely not a fraction. Right? So numbers kind of build on themselves. We have the natural or counting numbers. Then we have whole numbers. And now we're going to talk integers. What kind of numbers get added in when we're talking integers here? Negatives. You guys are so right. It is a positive or negative number. Okay, so we're talking -2, -1, 0, 1, 2. But good. It's also important to know that we aren't talking fractions when we're talking integers. You might have a few questions involving that here and there, but integers on the whole, we're talking positive and negative numbers. That's it. What about absolute value? What does that mean? And you guys might be used to seeing a symbol like this. So like if I said, hey guys, what's the absolute value of -6? What would you tell me?
That's like that's the amount that it's like, well, I guess, I mean, it would be 6, but I don't know how to
Yeah.
explain.
Yeah, and I kind of like what you were saying there, Vivi. You're saying it's an amount and it like stands for something. You're so right. And it would be 6. It is a value that actually means something. It is. So like what about the absolute value of 6? Yes, Vivi, great job. Yes, Vivi said the amount of numbers away from 0. You're so right. It's a distance. You're right. Very good.
Is it like the opposite?
When it's negatives, you're thinking opposite. It totally
Okay.
is. But if it's a positive, it's going to be the same thing.
Okay.
Because either way, a distance is always positive. So it's
Mhm.
just, you could view it as the positive.
Mhm.
So I like what Vivi said. I'm going to type that in there. It is the amount of numbers away from 0. Another way to think of that is the distance from 0 on a number line. Quit it, husband. Husband's bugging me. Turn my phone on silent. There we go. Okay. All right. So it is the amount of numbers away from 0 or the distance from 0 on a number line. And if we, just to throw it out there, because it's important to know, we got to kind of know how to structure a number line. If we don't, then we talk about it, right? So guys, can you fill in my number line for me, please? What would my number line look like? Ooh, yeah, I like that. There's little tick marks on there. Very good, very good. Where would 0 be on my number line? Yup, very good. 0 is right in the middle. And then we go more negative as you go to the left, positive as you go to the right. Very good. Very good. So if we had like, yeah, I like how you guys are putting it on there. If we had like a -3, and if we want to figure out what the absolute value of that is, that's going to be its distance from 0. So how far is -3 from 0? 3. Yep, totally. That's right. Nicely done. I love how you guys are amazing. You're like all coordinating it and nobody's overlapping each other. That's pretty good. So yeah, absolute value reflects the distance away a number is from 0. So -3, that distance would be 3. Then the other side, the distance is also 3. That's why it's always a positive. Good. Good stuff, friends. Now, what we're going to use that for today, we're not necessarily doing absolute value stuff. We're doing more integer rule stuff. Oh, I left the rules on there. That's so good. Okay. So there's a few ways you can think of your rules for integers. Okay. If you think using the absolute value, these are some pretty easy rules to go by. So when you add integers, if they have the same sign, okay, the actual rule tells us if the integers have the same sign, you add the absolute values and then give the answer the same sign. Okay, so same sum. That's how you kind of remember that. So let's say we're going to add -4 plus -3. So the way we break that down mathematically using the steps is we're going to find the absolute value of each of those numbers. So absolute value of -4, what would that be? 4, yup. And what about the absolute value of negative 3? 3, good. So we find the absolute values of both numbers. Then we're going to add them. 4 plus 3, 7, right? Yes, right. And then your answer takes the same sign as your original numbers. So we would get a negative 7 because our answers were negative. Another way you can think of it is if it's like you're owing money. I always think in relation to money, right? Nobody has enough money in the world, I tell you. That would be me. Okay. But, sorry, there's a lot of ambulances outside my window. Can you guys hear that? It's so loud.
I can hear them.
Wow.
There's a bunch out of my window too.
Yeah. World is freaking out. Chaos. No, I'm just kidding. Kind of is, but not right now, apparently. Okay, so you can also think of it like owing money. That's what I think. Okay, so like, let's say Dylan borrows me $2. So that's how much I owe Dylan. I owe Dylan $2. And then he's really nice and he buys me lunch, so I owe him $6 more. So that means altogether, I owe $8. I like doing the money thing. I think it makes it go a little quicker. So I want to encourage you guys to think of it like owing. I've seen videos where they do a lot of crazy things with integers, like they think of the negative numbers as the bad guys. So if you have 2 bad guys on a field and you add 6 more bad guys, you have 8 bad guys altogether. You know, it's another way to think of it. So yeah, that's the adding integer rule. So what would I get down here? If I have negative 4 plus negative 15, what would that give me? Guys agree? Negative 19? What do you guys think? Does that sound good? Yeah, I agree. That sounds really good. See, that's why I like cameras. I can see thumbs up. I can see people nodding. So it's like you don't have to type it. It's really nice. So yeah, you're absolutely right. You owe $4 and then you owe 15 more dollars. So you owe $19. And it might be more confusing because that 15 has parentheses around it. They're just showing it's negative. So don't let that confuse you. Cool. All right, let's talk about if they're different. Okay, if you have different signs, okay, if the integers have different signs, you're gonna subtract the absolute values and then give the answer the sign of the bigger absolute value. Okay, so different equals difference. You find a difference there. So if we have, let's say, oh, totally fine, Sarah, no problem. Absolutely okay with that. Yeah, that's why I bug you guys with cameras on, because I can see that. Ooh, I got more cameras on. You guys are the best. Good job, guys. Okay, so if we have different signs, we have like a negative 6 and then 5. Okay, so each of those have different signs. We're going to take the absolute value of each one. So what's the absolute value of negative 6? 6. And the absolute value of 5? 5. Good. Good job, guys. So 6 and 5. Now we're going to subtract the absolute values. You go in the same order of the problem. 6 minus 5 gives us 1. And the answer gets the sign of the bigger absolute value. So is our answer going to be positive or negative? Yeah, it's going to be a negative 1 because that 6 is a bigger number. If you think of it like money, I owe Vivi $6, but I have 5 to pay her back. So I owe her 6, I have 5. That's all great, right, Vivi? But I still owe $1. That's what it is. You can think of it like bad guys. There's 6 bad guys on a field, and then 5 good guys come to battle all the bad guys, but there's still 1 bad guy left over. So there's lots of neat videos about integers out there. I'll have to send some your way, but all in all, you know, I think it just helps to think of it as money. Get it quick as you can. So what about this one, guys? Negative 17 plus 9. Ooh, Araya says negative 8. She was ready. Yeah. So let's think about it. I owe $17. I have 9. Alexa agrees. Very good. I love how you guys put your agreement answers in there. So we still owe $8. You're absolutely right. Good job, guys. If you do it the other way, you take the absolute value of both of them and subtract them, and then your answer becomes a negative because that 17 was negative. Good. Any questions on adding integers? When you guys are doing your integer homework, please let me encourage you to try to not use a calculator. You're welcome to use our friend Desmos later to check your answers. Totally fine. And if you've just had enough of life and you need to use a calculator, go ahead, just get it done. But let me encourage you to, you know, not use it because it makes life quicker. It does. It's good to get quick at these things. Okay, let's talk subtraction. Subtraction is pretty much the same as addition because every subtraction problem we're going to turn into an addition problem. That's kind of what we do. So we'll kind of make a little note. So turn subtraction into addition. Right? What is our negative equal? So like this problem here, 10 minus a negative 3. What's going to happen to both of those? Whenever you have 2 negatives next to each other, they're opposing forces. So what are they going to form? A positive. Yeah, absolutely. So whenever you have a negative, that turns completely into a positive. So this problem, instead of being 10 minus negative 3, this is really 10 plus 3. That's where people get confused because they will turn just one sign. That's what people do. I know, I can see the confused look on the face. Yeah, the rule actually tells us if we have 2 negatives next to each other like that, both of them are needed to form the plus, right? Because you need, this is the horizontal piece and this is the vertical piece. The technical rule that we usually use for fractions, but it works in this case here, is keep, change, flip. You keep the first number the same, change the sign, and then flip the sign of the second number. We
At
usually...
my school, we called it keep, switch, flip.
Oh, keep, switch, flip. I like
Yeah,
that
that's
too.
the same thing.
Yeah, totally the same thing. Totally the same thing. I like that too. Keep, switch, flip. Right? KFC. It's actually KCF, but I always think of KFC. Yes, I do. Finger licking good, right? Chicken. No. But yeah, we're going to keep, switch, flip, or keep, change, flip. However you learn it better, definitely. So 10 plus 3, that does turn into 13. So let's do that with this one here. We're going to turn this into addition. So keep, change or switch, and then flip. What would that problem turn into? Negative 13 minus 5. That's a good one to do next, Dominic. I like that one. What do you guys think? What would that turn into? What is that addition version of that problem? That's a really close answer there, my friend, but what would the problem turn into? so instead of subtraction, what would it look like as addition? If we kept the same first number, changed it. Ooh, I like that, Sarah. Only thing is we got to keep that that first one. Yeah, let's do that. So we keep the first one the same, so it stays negative 13.
And
We
what does flip do then?
the flip flips the sign. That's what it does.
But it's a positive sign, isn't it?
Right, yeah. Yep, you're right. That's a good way to look at that. So Vivi, you would be correct there. Very good. So the minus sign, we're going to change that to a plus because we changed the sign, and then we flip the sign of the number. So negative 5. So that's what it's going to turn into. And that is confusing. So that's a good thing to kind of slowly be like, wait a minute. Keep, switch, flip. Okay. I always viewed it as if you have a negative there, I always viewed it as it changes to a positive, but the negative has to slide right next to your number there. So the negative has to go somewhere, so it goes to the 5. So then you're right. You would use your same sign integer rules, you add them together, and you get negative 18. So we'll practice that a little bit with keep, switch, flip. I actually just used, oh, I'm sorry. Yes, you were. Yep, you were, Dominic. You so were. That was very good. Very, very good. And some of you might not need to view it that slow as like keep, switch, flip, and kind of look at it and go slow. I always had to, but if you don't, that's good. Good, good, good. Okay, let's do, okay, there's no subtraction problem on here, but I'm going to write one. Let's do the one Dominic had on there. Negative 18 minus 8. What is that going to turn into if we keep, change or switch, and then flip? Yeah, very good, Vivi. Yeah, and I was going to say, does everybody agree? But I already said that's right. So, yes, negative 18 stays the same. The sign switches to addition, and the sign of the last number flips to a negative. Very good. So then what would that be if we add two negatives together? That's okay, Sarah. You put your agreement in there and showed you're paying attention. That's so good. So what do we get? If we owe $18 and then we owe $8 more, how much do we owe altogether? $26. Very good. Yeah, very, very good. Okay, what about this one? What if we have 5 minus 8? What would that turn into? I like that. Let's put that answer on hold. It's a good one. What problem would that turn into if we have keep, change or switch, and then flip? Yeah, very good, Alexa. Very good. We keep the 5 the same. We change that minus to addition, and we flip the sign on that 8. Very good. And then it's, I have 5, I owe 8, I still owe 3. Good. Nice job, you guys. I love that I have multiple people saying the answer. That's so good. You guys are the best. Good stuff. Okay, shall we talk multiplication and division? This was always my favorite because I don't know, it was just so much quicker. So multiplication and division, we have we always think of it as what happens when you're multiplying two negatives, and then what happens when you have a negative times a positive, or a positive times a negative. So what do you guys think? Do you guys remember what happens when you multiply two negatives next to each other? Oh yeah, very good. A negative times a negative is a positive. And then a negative times a positive is a negative. Positive times a negative is a negative. Very good. Absolutely correct. And it's the same with division. If you have a negative divided by a negative, you're going to get a positive. If you have a negative divided by a positive, you're going to get a negative, or the other way, positive divided by a negative, negative. And I like to think of the actual problem first and then worry about the sign, kind of keep them separate. So negative 12 times negative 3. So basically, what's 12 times 3? Vivi says 36. Is she right? Sounds good to me. Do you guys concur? You will learn that my mental math skills are definitely lacking, so I always look for consensus there. You guys agree? 12 times 3? Yep. All right, we got it. Yep, I'll take it. So 12 times 3 is 36. And then the negatives turn it positive. Good. Sarah says, yes, I like that. Okay, negative 39 times 0. What's that going to be? Yeah, that's just going to be 0. Anytime you have 0 anywhere in a problem, your answer is automatically 0. Doesn't matter if it's positive or negative. Thanks, Max. Thanks, Vivi. Good stuff. Cool. All right, 15 divided by 3. What's 15 divided by 3? Vivi says 5. Is she right? She is right. Good job. Thanks for the consensus, Dominic. Now this one kind of got people. 49 divided by negative 49. Try not to think of the negative. What's 49 divided by 49? You would think 0, right? Everybody thinks of it like canceling itself out, but it is actually 1. That's an identity property. The same number divided by the same number always gives you 1. And in this case, because there's one negative in the problem, what's our answer going to be? Negative 1. Yeah, very good. Very, very good. Nice job, guys. Questions there? If you have no questions, go ahead and write no questions, just so I know I didn't lose you. So we're all still alive out there. Excellent. I've been watching too many Simpsons. I keep thinking of excellent. Mr. Burns. No questions? Beautiful. Cool. Thanks, guys. Okay. So if you have questions, please hang out. I am here. I will listen. Look at that. It's 11:49. Woohoo! Go, Jen. I will be working very hard at keeping to that time thing. But yeah, you are welcome to hang out and ask me questions. Otherwise, send me an email. I'm going to work right now at responding to communications I got today. And yeah.